Hello! So today I want to talk to you about the game Stamp Swap from Stonemaier Games. And this is a game that I feel is just really underrated. I really enjoy this one. I don't see it talked about a whole lot. It came out in 2024. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think it has a fantastic solo mode. This is an I cut, you choose game, which is really hard to do solo, but because of the way the ranking system works and decisions are made by the Otome character, it works great. So in this game, you are at a stamp collecting convention, and it's going to take place over Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's going to be different things you do each day. You are going to be scoring at the end of each day, and then you will also have some finale scoring. So this game has a lot of variability, which I really appreciate because that gives you a lot of replayability. So everybody, like I said, 1 to 5 players will have a player aid. This is going to show you the 5 colors of stamps that are available and the 5 themes that are available. And colors and themes are all interchangeable. So you could have a purple animal or a purple flower. There's no set, 1-to-1 ratio there. You also get your round summary on the back. And yes, there is a player aid in everybody's color. Thank you for that. There are then 5 different types of goals. And with the goals, there are multiple in each category. So you'll have a red goal related to color, an orange goal related to theme, a yellow goal, colors are hard, a yellow goal related to stamp size, and a green goal related to canceled stamps. And then as you can see, there's still lots of other goals in here. So you're going to have that variability. And you will then have a blue goal, which is your finale goal that everybody will score at the very end of the game. So the other really interesting thing about this is you have 4 goals, but 3 rounds. You are going to score 1 goal at the end of each round, and that is your choice. You may choose to score this one, and your opponent may choose to score this one at the end of Friday, and that's totally fine. You may only score each one time though. So when you have scored it, you put your little ticket down below, and these are according to player color. And that way you know what you have scored and what is still available. And that also means one of the goals you will not score during the game. So we've got that going on. And then we've got our individual player board. So everybody's going to get a board, and you're going to have a special ability here. And basically it just says that at the end of each round, you're going to get 1 point for one of the 5 themes of stamps. There's 5 player boards. On the back, 3 of them also have the solo players board, and this is how everything will score for them. So on your board, you will be placing your stamps to fill out this space. You don't have to fill the whole thing. And in fact, those goals are going to kind of tell you how you want to fill things. So sometimes you may want, say, canceled stamps along the edge. So then you're going to work towards that. You don't want canceled stamps in the middle. You will be getting 6 stamps each day that you will be putting in here, and you can move them all around for the day. So I can move this all around for Friday, but once it's set, those stamps are in those spots. And when I move to Saturday, I must leave Friday stamps where they were and add Saturdays on. You also get to reserve 1 stamp each round that will not go into the I pick you choose. So a lot of talk of stamps, and we haven't seen any yet. Well, here are all of the stamps. We have these little tiny ones that are just little forever stamps, and they're small space. So they can be used to fill in tiny spaces on your board if you're trying to get complete areas. There's also at the end of the game, majority scoring for who has the first, second, and third most of these. And they're just a forever stamp. They have no printed value on them, but they can help you out. You then have squares that are this size, and they will have something on them. All of the stamps will have a color, a theme, and then a value. So this one has a value of 1, and at the end of the game, you will score that. Then here we have a color, a theme, and this one is a canceled stamp. So at the end of the game, this is not going to be worth any points, but could help me towards a canceled stamp goal. There are 2 different sizes of rectangle stamps. This long rectangle can be 1 long stamp or 2 small stamps like it is here. So you can see 1 is worth 3 and 1 is a canceled stamp. And then here we have this, and it is worth 1. Stamps can be worth 1, 2, 3, or like I showed you on the canceled stamps, 0. Or if they are faded, torn, or in bad condition, they can actually be worth negative points at the end of the game, but you may still want to choose it because it may help you complete another goal. And when you're choosing, not all the stamps are face up. The last thing that takes place in here is you have my favorite, the special stamps, the ultra rare stamps. So let's find one of those. Here's one. The ultra rare stamps do not have a theme or a color. They are the shiny gold foil, and they are going to be worth a lot of points at the end of the game. They can still help you if you're trying to complete edges or get something with size, things like that, but they won't add to your theme or your color goals, and they range from 8 to 12, I believe it is. So the way that this works is you are going to get out these cards. And each round, you will draw one card for the number of players you have. So in a 3-card game, we are going to draw this. We are then going to get out all of these stamps. And if they show the white side, that means they're face up. If they show the back, that means they're face down. And then these are some bonus cards that you can also add in. So we're going to put all of these stamps in the center. And then starting with the first player, we're going to take these one at a time. If you take a stamp that is face down, you may look at it, but you will keep it face down on your board. So I get to know what this is, but nobody else does. So let's say, we'll do that face down, and then we'll do a face up, and a face up, and we'll do another face up. So these are the 6 stamps I ended up with at the end of the draft. I now get to reserve one of these. I can reserve any stamp I want, face up or face down, as long as it is not rare. Sadly, you cannot reserve a rare stamp. So, there's that rare one. Let's see. Maybe I like a shape, maybe I like a color, maybe I like a theme based on my goals. So I'm going to reserve this one. So I now have 5 remaining stamps, and everybody else is going to do the same. I am now going to separate these into 2 piles, a large pile and a small pile. One will have 3, one will have 1. And let's say these canceled stamps, people maybe aren't going to be a huge fan of. Let's say there's not really a good goal. So maybe I will put these over here for small and this over here for large, because this would get someone 2 browns, plus it gets them 2 vehicles. There's a face down, because what I'm hoping is that people don't choose my rare stamp. So then we go around, and in turn order, it's I cut, you choose. So the first person goes, they choose one of my piles. If they choose this, I keep this. And then I also then go and choose from the next person. So we then take all of the stamps that we got, we arrange them on our board like I showed you, and we then do our round scoring, where I'm going to get 1 point per floral stamp, and then I'm going to pick one of the goals that was out there. I'm going to score it, and then we're going to move on to the next day. We're going to do that same thing 2 more times for Saturday, for Sunday, and then we'll do our final scoring, and that is the game. I think this game is really fun. I like the look of it. I do wish sometimes that some of the themes were a little bit more clear on the stamps, because sometimes they can be a little weird. I feel like sometimes monuments and space look a little similar. That could just be me. But the colors are pretty straightforward as far as that goes. So I like this game. Like I said, I think the solo is actually fantastic. And you don't get a lot of I cut, you choose in the solo. The draft works a little bit different in that essentially one of these will be the Atomo player's tiles, and one of them will be mine. You're not then going to do a full draft for that, but other than that, the game is the same, and it simulates the multiplayer game really well. So I enjoy Stamp Swap. Let me know if you have played it, what you think of it. Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.